Series or parallel in this episode of the JMP Journal. Hi everybody, Dave here at James Music Products, and in this episode I'd like to talk about the current trend or current conversation about paralleling effects. Most of the time, as you well know, effects are run in series, which will give you a sound. Well, running in parallel gives more options. So here's an example to where I have a reverb pedal and a distortion pedal running in parallel along with the untouched guitar. So what am I using here? I'm taking the JMP Split It. That's a one in and three out splitter, buffer splitter. And channel C goes to the MXR double shot. Channel B goes to the JHS octave reverb. Channel A runs along here to channel A of Summit. So this is a 3-to-1 combiner, signal combiner. The output of the reverb goes into channel B, the output of the distortion goes into channel C. Now just because it's A to A, you don't have to, it doesn't matter because they're all summed in here. And they're all being powered by a Friedman Power Grid 10, which in a future episode I'm going to have an evaluation on that guy. So here we go. Distortion's off, reverb's off. This is my clean signal coming through here. If I engage the reverb, you can hear that guy. And if I engage the distortion, you can hear that. Now, a caveat, I've been playing bass for a number of years, and so my guitar chops are very rusty. Please allow for that as I stumble through some examples. So you can have both on, and as discussed about these parallel aspects, if one of the effects has a volume out, then you can add to taste the amount of said effect, in this case the distortion. So if I just wanted a hint, I could crank back on that guy to where there'd be just a little bit of hair, so to speak. All right? Just a tiny bit of dirt. All right? Without affecting the straight through guitar signal. So you still have, as recently discussed on a new product release that had a blend control, they're talking about preserving the bite and the attack of the guitar itself before it gets affected. So yeah. Now one of the issues here is balancing the affected signals with the through, so to speak. Right now, Summit is a 3 in, 1 out, and it's just a it's a summing junction. There's no control over balance of this. So in the distortion bypass and reverb bypass, I'm actually getting the bypassed signal of this, the bypass signal of this, combined with the through. Okay, keep that in mind. So what could we do to change this concept? Well, we could go with the mix it. So again, it's a 3-channel combiner, but it gives us the ability to balance between the three or the other two inputs. So as you can see in here, these guys aren't on. Here comes the reverb. Here's B. Yeah. Okay. So now I can set the balance of this affected side, and also this. So now I have a means of controlling the levels of the input paths or the signal paths. So the guitar, straight through guitar, is right up front, and the reverb and the distortion are in the background. But again, in bypass mode, we're still getting those three signals combined. So what can we do there? Split it can be replaced with another product. Here we can click in or set in switch it, a multi-combinational router. It has a relay tree inside that will allow 7 combinations of connection between the Y and the ABC channels. It's bidirectional, so I'm using it as a ABC Y pedal right now. So I'm coming in with the guitar on the Y, and the through comes out channel A. Yep. Okay, they're working. The bright light keeps me from seeing them. Yeah. So if I want just the through, I can hit channel A and it'll be routed to mix it. If I wanted just the reverb, I could come in on B and it would go through here. If I wanted just the distortion, I could hit channel C. If I want to go back to just the through, I can come back to A. One of the unique things about Switch It is that you don't have to unclick what you clicked. So it's got a microcontroller inside that says, oh, you press switch A, and then I'm going to mute the other two. If I press switch C, it's going to mute the other two. Now, one of the nice things is if I want through, reverb, and distortion, I hit all three at the same time. And the signal then is split amongst the three outputs. So I can still get the basic operation as I had with Split It. But now I have definitely more control. If I wanted just reverb and the distortion, I could hit those two. Just reverb, just distortion, just through and distortion. Okay, so you can see there's multiple combinations of what you can do. And again, you don't have to unclick to get rid of the distortion channel in this case. All you have to do is just press the A and that'll reset the other two to mute, so you're not getting the signal through mixed in with the actual through, or the signal bypass, excuse me. So these outputs are now muted. This is now muted, this is now muted. So there's nothing coming into here to be mixed with the remaining path. It's one of the nice things about this guy. So all that to say is, if we come up with some volume here, so now I can leave these guys on. So here's distortion. Go to reverb. No distortion. Go to through. No reverb. If I want reverb and distortion, I hit both of those. If I want through with reverb, or just through. Now, one of the aspects of this having a relay tree and its hardware split, now I am driving, now the guitar pickups coming in through here are now seeing the input impedance of this guy, and this guy, if all are selected. So to get around that, you can stick a buffer in series with the splitter. Any buffer would be suitable, but of course I'm going to be using the JMP Buffet little guy. But again, anything would be suitable. Just to unload the guitar pickups from potentially the input impedance of 3 pedals. So So here's an example of breaking apart the pedals on your pedal board, putting some in series, putting some in parallel, maybe even combining series and parallel to your taste. And this can all be facilitated with the JMP products. Buffet, single channel buffer, high impedance, dual op amp in parallel for extra drive, switch it, multi-combinational router. You can use it to split a single signal to multiple outputs, or if you had multiple inputs to one output, same idea. It's bidirectional, there's nothing in the way. It's a relay tree. Smaller version, simpler version is split it, no controls. What you put in is replicated by 3. High impedance input, low output impedance, relatively high current op amp drivers. To bring everything back together, Summit, 3 input signal combiner to 1 output. These are JFET inputs, high impedance, and this is again dual op amp output buffer. Or if you wanted more control, you could go with Mix It. 3 input buffers, JFET input, and 1 dual op amp in parallel for extra drive on the output. So there you go. Parallel offers a lot of interesting possibilities. I've seen on that pedal show about 2 years ago, they did a breakdown of how to create a clone type circuit using existing pedals, EQs, distortions, what have you, to come close to that clone sound feel. And they constructed a clone out of standard pedals. And some of them were utility pedals that gave them the ability to route signals, split signals, treat the signals differently, and then bring them all back together. It was very interesting. So that's just a quick look at how you can experiment, so to speak, on your pedal board with putting things in series or parallel, or a combination thereof, and how you can see where the James Music products would allow you to do that. More information, check the website, jamesmusicproducts.com. You can contact me at jamesmusicproducts@yahoo.com. And I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and YouTube. So, and that's where this is going. All right, thanks for watching, and appreciate the time. Oh yeah, by the way, this is JMP Journal number 7. Whew, forgot about that. All right, talk to you later.